At Cargill Branded Feed, we developed OneTrack to simplify and elevate the dairy ration and the operation behind it. At roughly 40% of the diet, OneTrack streamlines sourcing, mixing, and batching to free up valuable time and resources.
Operationally, when a dairy moves from a conventional type diet to a OneTrack diet, they're going to very often be able to pretty easily eliminate 5 to 6 ingredients. So from the get-go, that eliminates some of the hassle that the producer is having to do in terms of sourcing those. But what that also does is helps the feeder in having a more simplistic diet that they're trying to make.
So a lot of times with conventional rations, they may feed 12 to 15 ingredients that they're having to purchase and store on their farm. So with OneTrack, we're able to cut that down. We have some customers that feed as little as 4 ingredients. Then we have customers who feed a few more.
We can reduce the actual time of mixing, the time of feeding, all of that can go down significantly. One example that we have that we often use is a farm with 4,500 cows that we started, dropped 2.5 hours off their total mixing time for the dairy.
And we see it time and time again whenever dairies make that switch. On average, they're going to save somewhere around 35 minutes to an hour a day just of batching time.
But in terms of efficiency, that really cuts down on your labor and your wagon costs and all of your costs that go into feeding those cows. Another efficiency we see is around shrink. So we're adding a lot of the smaller inclusion ingredients into OneTrack that would contribute to high shrink on farm and overall losses when it comes to the feed center. So we're able to add some of those small inclusion ingredients and do the heavy mixing at our plants, which at the end of the day reduces shrink for that farm. And obviously the risk that's involved with housing multiple ingredients on farm as well. We also help reduce the amount of labor that we needed to feed those cows. So conventional rations, they might have a premix that they are first mixing up to then add into all of their dairy diets on the farm or their different diets on the farm. Where we're, again, doing the heavy mixing for them at our plant. We're making the premix for them so they're able to feed more cows in a shorter period of time and add less ingredients into the mixer to get that done.
So when you start adding up labor cost, wear and tear on machines, fuel cost, tires, shrink also goes into that, so how much feed we lose due to just handling, those operational efficiencies can often provide a really nice economic return to the farm, in addition to what we find with the performance benefits of the product.
OneTrack represents the new approach for dairies to greatly simplify rations and feeding practices while improving the rumen health, energy intake, and performance of their herds.